So when I started, I was 105 kilos. And probably the last time I weighed myself, I was in the 90s. So that weight had definitely crept up on me. Clothes were tight. I didn't feel great in anything I was wearing. All of a sudden, a large was fitting like a medium used to fit, and it was hugging in the wrong places as well. Like muffin tops on the back. I could just feel my belly, and just wasn't a good place to be in, and sort of really affected like my confidence level, like my energy levels. Like I'd be so always tired, always lethargic. And I'd use the excuse, oh well, yeah, I've been to work all day, but then deep down I'd know, well, I've only been driving for a few hours. It's not been that much of a strenuous day. I've been on a laptop for most of it, but I could just not be bothered to do anything. And having a 3-year-old little boy, he's obviously active and busy and always wanting to, go to parks and play games. And when I look back, I think even the time I was spent with them was of poor quality because I didn't have the energy for them. It took something like, this program to kind of snap me out of it. Otherwise, I just would have kept on plodding on and kind of ignorance is bliss, just burying my head in the sand with it and use the excuse of, I've got a business, I've got a family, like I haven't really got time. That can come later in life. How long do you sacrifice your health? I guess is the question. I tried, when I say all the usual things, I mean, I would get spurts of inspiration of something I watched on telly or, social media. I'd see something and think, oh, that sounds good. It's like a PT course. And I did, like, I signed up for a couple of things. They'd send you a meal plan and they'd send you like an exercise routine. But for me, it just didn't really resonate. There was no long-term motivation with it. And really, I didn't need to pay, £100 for that because I could have got that off Google. And information's like a commodity that's out there. It's about sort of tailoring it to yourself. When I look back now, I guess there's sort of understanding at a deeper level as to why on earth do you want to be in good shape in the first place, and why do you want to take care of your health. It's all just about like very surface level. Look good for your holiday. That's it. That's as deep as it goes. It doesn't really go beyond that. James is really good in working with you on your situation. So kind of strip back and look at my day, my morning, my routine. What time have I got? And not just like, right, you've got 30 minutes before you wake up and go to work. Right, you've got this time, but you're going to want to see Tommy, which is my son. You're going to want to do these things, chat with your partner. So stripping it back as to, right, what works for you and what works for my time. Because I guess anyone could say, you need to eat this and this every day for breakfast because that's really, that'll get you the results you want. But that might not work for me. One of the main differentiators from this experience that I've been on with James versus anything I've had previous is the building an understanding around why you want or desire something. So when I obviously came to James and was like, yeah, I want to lose, weight. I want to be down, lose about 20 kilos. That was my goal. And right from day one, we sort of spent a lot of time, especially at the beginning, on the why and building an understanding as to, okay, so you want to lose this weight. Why? Like, what does that look like for you? Why is it important? And, subsequently after, still to this day, I guess, having that really deep understanding of why it's important for me to take care of myself and be the best version of myself and not take the easy, grabbing the fast food or a takeaway or something like that, when it's like, well, I could do that, but the whole reason why in the first place is because of, this and really a level of coaching which I didn't expect from James. And I've not had anything kind of like that previously. I mentioned about accountability earlier. It was mentioned, it's part of the course, and that was a main benefit for me. But then to have this extra layer of mentoring along the way, like that was really like where some of the most, valuable. I feel bad calling it motivation because that suggests short term, but it's more like changing your thought process, and it's a very long lasting, everlasting motivation that kind of I don't think will ever leave me, because it's the kind of building in my head through speaking with James, that person I want to become in a physical state as well as sort of mentally. I'm currently 95.2, well, as of last week. And, when I started out, I wanted to lose 20 kilos. I mean, across, the short few weeks we've had, it was always going to be ambitious, but I'm more than happy with the weight I have lost. And, because I've been exercising a lot more regular, it's not just about the weight for me. It's also about like how my body feels. And for all technically the scales are down over 10 kilos, I feel like way much better in my clothes. They fit so much better. Bulges in the wrong places aren't there. So it's tight in the right places. So, that's probably the biggest difference I've noticed. Yeah, the scales are down, 10 kilos, but I've started, weight training on legs again. And I'm aware that will also add weight, and muscle is heavier than fat. So it's not all fat, but my energy levels, as I, touched on earlier, but I just feel like I've got way more energy, better mood. Like I don't feel as grumpy or lethargic. It's sort of empowering to eat well. Like it feels good to know I'm drinking the right amount of water. I'm making good food choices. I'm edging closer day by day to that goal that I want to be in. And the beauty about it is that there's no timeline. I haven't set myself right in 6 weeks. I need to be this percent body fat at this weight. It's just like I'm just always improving mentally and sort of physically. I've noticed a huge difference with my energy at home with Tommy. So when I'm playing with my son, like even just flexibility, bending over, like it's just easier is all I can explain it as. It's just easier. I enjoy it more. I probably don't shy away from it, whereas I might have before, especially if it was like in a busy soft player. I'm more than happy to get stuck in with them, and that in itself's like, it's a good thing to do for myself. I feel good about it, but equally it's just great for my son as well. So because he has a better time, so it's a nice holistic cluster of benefits. It benefits me, it benefits my family, and my partner's noticed as well. My energy, my mood, all those things that have improved. So in terms of where I want to go with this and using the information I've been given, is literally I'm not changing a thing. It's not a case of finished the course now, as it were. I don't have any plans to change from it, and this is kind of my new lifestyle, as it were, which is easy, and equally it feels good to know I'm doing the right thing for my health.